Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's TME 30-minute encouragement. We hope you all are having a wonderful time. We see people are tuning in right now. Hannah White is on, and she's saying, "Hey, everyone." We have people tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Chris Rosenbaum, and this is my wife, Sabrina Rosenbaum. And so we're here to join you all today. And thank you so much for being here with us on today's TME. I know people are coming in right now. And so, sweetheart, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
I'm glad to be on with you today.
I know it's not.
It's
I think.
wonderful.
How many times have you been on TME? Just one other
I
time?
think just that once with me, you, I
Yeah, there
think
was.
Carrie.
There was a time. Yeah, all four of us were on there, and so now it's just you and me for today, and so that's a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
I know. I'm very excited too, and so again, we see people are coming in and joining us today, and so yeah, let's see here. How do we have anyone joining us on YouTube right now? Oh, yeah, we have a few people joining us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today as you all are tuning in. And so we just want to say hello, welcome, and good afternoon. It's not morning anymore. I'm still trying to get used to that. Like
Yeah.
part of me just wants to say Thursday morning encouragement still, back
I
when it used to
know.
be called
Yeah.
that. And so, but now I'm just kind of like in
Yeah.
flux with that a
Slowly
little bit.
getting used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, we actually, our team is getting ready for some big things coming up in just a couple of days. And so, we're going to get to that in just a few moments and talk about that in a little bit. You probably already know what we're talking about, but we're going to get to that in just a little bit. But first off, I want to mention, Sabrina, baby, what's one thing that you can praise the Lord for today?
Yeah. I was thinking about it before we went up here, and I think I just really, and I thanked him today. Like, you know what, Lord, I just praising the Lord just for honestly where he's put us, like
Mm.
just the protection that he's given us just here at the camp, just a location, even just where we're at. I know that there's a couple of storms that have been coming through and just looking on either side of us. I'm like,
Mm.
it's just amazing how the Lord has just protected us
Mhm.
even where we're at and just knowing that, um, just that just the provision that he gives in that and that we don't really have to worry about that,
Mm.
but knowing that it's not just specifically where we are, but it really is the Lord's protection. And how oftentimes I think it's easy to take that for granted, so I'm just thanking the Lord for just for his protection.
Absolutely. And it reminds you too that like even those I know that there's a couple hurricanes that are on their way or some that may have already touched down. But it reminds you too that the Lord does provide protection for those that are even in the midst of
Yep.
those storms. And so and that's one thing that I'd like to bring up as well. Just as a prayer request from us to you, if you would just pray for those that are going to be going through this hurricane. I can't remember the name of the hurricane. Is
I
it
think
Debbie or has Debbie already come through?
it's Hurricane Helene, I believe.
Hurricane Helene or Helen, something
I
like
think it's
that.
Helene because it like ends has a E at the end.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, still, there are people that are going to be going through this
Yeah.
storm. From what I understand, it's a bit of a rougher one. And so, if you would just pray for those that are going to be in the midst of that and pray that everyone stays safe, that, nothing gets destroyed or anything like that, that people remain safe and in safe locations. I know that some of our people that are watching are going to be going through the storm in a little bit, or if they're not already. And so, we just pray that, God's going to continue to protect them just as, He loves them
Yeah.
and, desires to protect them. And so, absolutely. And we know that the Lord will provide. And so today, I'm thinking about what I'm trying to praise the Lord for today. And I'm thinking about what's coming up soon these next few days. And it's really made me thankful to the Lord just for our team here at the Edge Christian Camp. And, I know we've mentioned this before, me and Carrie have, but not just those that we have working here on our full time staff, but those who are also, come with us and help with, volunteer work, those that just want to come and be a blessing and be a part of the
Yeah.
ministry that God is doing here at the Edge Christian Camp. And so it's reminded me, how much it takes to put on what the Lord has put for us to do here. It's a big work. It's a lot of work, but it's a good work and it's worth doing because it gets the gospel out and it gets people under the sound of the Bible, and people are making decisions to follow after God and adhere to His will for their lives, and people are making decisions to come to the Lord for salvation. I mean, it's wonderful things that God is doing here through the Edge Christian Camp, and so I'm thankful for the team and everything that goes into it. Whether you're helping to make the beds, or just wipe down the tables, or scrub the toilets, or whether you are the one preaching, or whether you are the one providing the food. I mean, all of it goes together to create this experience where people get together and they say, okay, we're going to put ourselves under the sound of what God has for us. We're going to remove the distractions. Yes, we have fun. Yes, there's provision made so that there are not distractions, but then we're put under the sound of the gospel.
Yeah,
And there's a blessing in that.
there is.
Mhm. And so, yeah, we love it. And so
Exciting.
it gets me being thankful about the team and just what God has done and how the Lord has blessed and all that.
Yeah, this will be our first time doing Harvest Rally as a married couple. So
You're right. Actually,
that's
there's a
exciting.
lot of firsts for
Yeah,
a lot
there's a
of
lot
us in
of
that
firsts for
way.
a lot of us. Yeah.
Because I believe, yeah, this is the first harvest rallies we're doing as a married couple. The first harvest rallies that Carrie and Rebecca, Steve and Savannah. I believe Kayla's coming to help out. So Kyle and
Okay.
Kayla.
Okay, good.
Yep. And so like a lot of great things. A lot of for those of you who may still not know what we're talking about, most of our staff this year has gotten married. Um, and so myself and Sabrina got married in January, Carrie and Rebecca in February, and then we had Stephen and Savannah get married in August 31st,
Yeah, I
and
think
then
so.
just a week later in September, Kyle and Kayla got married. And so the Lord has been not just growing the camp itself, but also growing the Edge family. And so it's been a lot of fun just seeing how the Lord has
Yeah.
just made provision and all that, and He's brought a lot of skill sets in all this together to make this team more just I guess coagulated might be the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
Just being all together.
It's really cool to see how the Lord is blessed and all that.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. And so yeah, we're going to be having the as Sabrina was saying, we're actually having our first harvest rally for the year this coming Saturday. It is our junior harvest rally, and so we are very excited for what the Lord is going to do with it. I believe. And Nathan, I know you're our sound of vision guy. I think if I remember correctly, our speaker for this week is Drew Hayes, evangelist Drew Hayes, if I'm not mistaken. And so you don't want to miss out on his preaching. And I believe for juniors, it is ages grades 4th through 6th. And so we'd love to have you come out to this event. If you're coming with your church, or maybe if your family's coming with you to be a part of this, we would love to have you. So go online to to www.theedge.camp and register online for the Junior Harvest Rally or the Teen Harvest Rally, which is coming up next week on Saturday. And so that one I'm also very, very much looking forward to. And so I believe we have Pastor Tom Odom will be our speaker for this event. And so I'm very much looking forward to that too. And so it's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun, food, fellowship, but most importantly, we're going to have the gospel preached at these events. And we know that the Lord is already going to be bringing people together. Decisions are going to be made for the Lord, and we don't want you to miss out. So go online and register for what's happening here at the Edge Christian Camp. Or maybe you'd like to find a way you can get involved in ministering with the Edge Christian Camp. You can call our office number. You can look that up on the same website, and then you can call and get in touch with us on how maybe you just want to get involved in helping and serving. There are people that do that. There are people that travel states away to come do this with us, and we're so thankful for their ministry. And so the Lord is providing, the Lord is blessing, and if you want to get involved, we would love to have you. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. How about you?
I am. I'm stoked. I always love when we do have our events here at the
Mhm.
camp, and it's always such a blessing to be a part of it, whether we're on the front lines or in the background to be able to be a part. So
Now, remind me, last year's Harvest Rally was the first one you were a part of, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. You came and helped for a little while, and you were able to get involved with the harvest rallies, and that was a huge, huge
It was
blessing.
oh, it's huge.
And
Yeah.
I grew up actually going to these harvest rallies when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And so back when these used to be on a different property with some different games and things like that, and they were always so much fun. And so I'm really excited. Actually, they were some of the ways that I was able to get in touch with some of the colleges that come and represent themselves at the Teen Harvest Rally, especially. And so that's a huge blessing. And so Sabrina and I, we went to Crown College of the Bible in Powell, Tennessee, and we, spent 4 years there, and it was a wonderful time. And so, you get to get in touch with these colleges, and that maybe the Lord will give you direction to head in, to head to one of these colleges, and it helps you get your foot in the door, and so it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. And so we love what's coming up, these harvest rallies.
Yes.
And so not only that, though, we have those coming up this week, Saturday and next Saturday, but we also have our men's and ladies retreats coming up as well. And you can go online and find the dates for those. Carrie is a lot better at remembering the dates for them than I am. And so I'm just not that great. Uh, I'm, Nathan is giving me October 24th for through the 26th for our men's retreat. So he's got it more in tune than I do. And then I know that our ladies retreat is in mid November, November 15th, 16th, no 15th, 14th. Oh, 14th through the 16th. I'm terrible at reading his numbers, and so he's got that unlocked. But you can go online and look for the dates on those as well at the same website, www.theedge.camp. And if you want to be part of our men's or ladies retreats, we would love to have you. You can go online and register. And then we also have our Edge of the Year blowout coming up
Yes.
later this year in December, and that's
I
always a
am
huge.
super stoked about that one, and I
Yeah.
think my brother is going to be able to help with that one. So
Oh, sweet!
it's so I'm like super excited.
So we're just
Um,
gonna bring the whole family over.
that would be great. That would be great.
And so that's going to be a huge blast too. I mean, that is an event where we are up with the teenagers from everything starts at 7 p.m. and it goes till 7 a.m. We are up all night long from sundown to sunup, doing games, having fun. We have a midnight snack where we just eat way too much fried food. It's a lot of fun. We have a blast. And so that's one that you don't want to miss either. And then we also have events coming up next year, like our Refuge Youth Revival and things like that. Again, be on the lookout for what's coming up in the future. And so we're very excited for what the Lord's doing.
Yes.
And so,
It's going to be
but to
wonderful.
kind of get into some of what we're doing today. So, okay, I have never done this before. And Sabrina, have you ever done this game before?
I actually have. It was in school at some point. It's
Okay.
fun.
So, Brother Carey gave this idea for me, and we got this idea to do a game with Uno cards, and in fact, we got what's we called Uno flip cards. So it's kind of like just regular Uno cards on one side, and then there's a whole nother set on the back. It's kind of interesting how you play that way. But we're not playing Uno today. We're actually doing this really weird version of a game where we put the cards kind of halfway on, and I'm only going to do a small stack to start. We put the cards about halfway off, like about right there. And then the goal is for us to take turns, me and Sabrina, to.
Can you even reach that?
I can't. I don't know if I can. We might have to stand up a little bit to get across the table, but we'd have to basically blow the cards off the table without getting the last one off. So the goal is to kind of like blow off as much as you can without reaching the last one, in the hopes that the other person will blow off the last one and lose the game. So, Sabrina, you and I are pretty competitive.
We are.
People
yes.
have seen us be pretty competitive.
Yeah.
We've played some games before where we have gotten into it against each other. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
I don't know. It could go either way.
You ready to give this a shot?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna stand up out of my seat so I can get a little closer to this thing. I may adjust my mic a little bit too, to turn my way a little bit, and we'll turn yours a little bit this way.
Okay.
So go ahead and stand up.
Okay. Let me see.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take a first shot at this. Okay. I got one off.
Okay.
You got to get at least one off. If you need to get a little closer, then that's
I
fine.
might have to get closer because
Yeah. You can like 3. That was so many. Sabrina.
Yeah. Well, you
Okay.
better.
I'm not liking where this is going. All right, let's see here.
I don't either. Typically, we have more cards. Maybe we.
Well, this is just kind of a trial round because I'm not used to this game, but let's see what I can do here.
You have more breath in your lungs than me.
Oh,
Yay! I win.
and that's the last of that stack. Okay,
Sad.
thankfully that was just the trial run, so that's not the actual game.
There's another. Do we want to?
Well, I got this whole bunch right here too, so we're gonna use this.
We're gonna do like 3 rounds.
Probably, we'll see. I gotta win against you at least once.
Mhm.
You don't understand. My wife beats me at so many card games; it's not even funny. And so I am trying my hardest to just not lose to her, and it never works. So okay, You know what? I went first last time, so this time I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, I won first, I guess. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Mm,
Only one card.
rough.
For you, yeah.
Okay, I'll go with it. I'll deal with it. If you need to get a little closer, you can go. You can go around the mic if you have to.
Okay, because I don't have as much breath in my lungs.
Yeah, but you get. What was that? That was like a bunch. Oh, you got to be kidding me! I'm gonna knock all of them off, aren't I? Hold on, that's not even halfway off. We gotta. What I just did to ruin me.
Maybe that'll help.
Oh, come on. That's it. Okay. There's no way I'm going to lose again, right?
That's it. Just bye bye.
This can't be happening right now. All right. This time
That
I'm going
was
to
the
let
hard one.
I'm
So
going to let
I
you
won
choose
that
the
one
stack size.
fair and square. No, we can just do the whole
The whole stack?
Yeah.
Well, then what if I blow the whole thing off and we got to start again? That's all the
Well,
cards we have
it's
left.
heavier, so like it'll.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Because I'm like, if we do like half, I mean, we could.
Okay, no, do the whole stack.
Okay.
I'm in it to win it at this point. This is all in. All right, here we go.
Oh,
This is gonna be stressful.
okay.
Oh, that's not even. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that takes the wind out of you. Oh, how do you get so many? Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this.
Okay. Is that only one?
That might have just been one. What? I don't even, that's it. This game's ridiculous. Hold on. Oh, yes, that was a stack.
See, that's what's gonna
Let's
happen.
go.
The last round.
That was so many. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna do all but the last one, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
Don't say. Don't hold your breath.
Was that a pun?
No
Was
pun
that a pun?
intended.
Ridiculous puns. Good dad joke though. I did like that.
I learned from my dad the best. He would appreciate that one. Okay, I'm distracting you.
Okay. No. Funny story time. I don't know if I've ever said this on TME before, but the day that I met her dad, I was, actually helping to make lunch with her and her family, and her dad like walks downstairs and like I had heard him maybe say a collective 5 words to me all day by that point, and so he hadn't said a whole lot of words. Then he comes downstairs and just says, "Hey, what do you call yourself if you're a farmer that takes care of chickens? You're a chicken tender." And then he just walked back upstairs without another word. And I was like, that's when I knew I was going to love that man. So I was very happy about that. I thought it was great. And so, but that was one of my first interactions with her family. And it was really good. All right. I'm going to win this game.
Blows.
Wait, why is Hannah White saying, "Don't be a sore loser, Chris"?
Because.
Here, I look at the comments for 1 second. Everyone's like pitted themselves against me. Like, okay, it's fine. No, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back.
All right, are you? Oh, you were gonna come back?
I think I have like 5 more cards in this box.
Oh my! Are you gonna be that person?
No, hold on. I just want to see if I can do like some.
Are you gonna seriously be that?
No. We're going till the box is empty, and the box is empty.
If I lose, then it's only because there was that little.
No, hold on. I will go first. I'm gonna try just to get the top card off.
You get all of those
Okay.
off. I'm gonna laugh. So.
I'm gonna nerd out if I get my airflow direction, aerodynamics. I gotta think aerodynamics here.
I believe
Aerodynamics.
Bravo,
That's
honey.
it. Game over.
I actually can't blow that many cards down at the same time, so that's a talent.
You know what? I can't. Let's fix these mics. I'm getting so lightheaded right now. I can't go any further. That was rough.
What the comments say? I hope that was entertaining for you guys.
I'm sure it was entertaining for you, wasn't it? Yeah. Hannah White says there's a spiritual lesson here somewhere.
I want to hear it, Hannah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they say don't build your house on sand. Apparently, don't also build your house on Uno cards. I guess that's what it comes down to. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching me lose against my wife once again in another card game that I'm going to regret for the rest of my life.
That was fun, though.
That was a lot of
fun. Now you guys have an idea of our rivalry here.
Oh my goodness, this isn't even the half of it. I was just bad at this game. I guess I'm just so full of hot air. I guess I don't know. Oh well. I'll deal with it.
I love you.
I love you too. And so it was a lot of fun. I've never played that before.
Yeah, it's like a minute to win it game, so it's fun.
This is more like a minute to lose a game. That's hard.
Yeah, for you,
You, oh, thank.
unfortunately.
We never saw you get that close down on the stack, by the way. I'm just saying. But I guess we didn't have to because I kept losing, so it's all right. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get into our servant spotlight for this evening. And so we're going to kind of change the directions a little bit here. We've had a lot of fun. We've been able to update you all on what's happening here at the Edge. In fact, I think Nathan had put some uh, links to the registration sites for
Okay.
the events that we mentioned today. So again, if you would like to register for the events that I've mentioned before, whether they be the harvest rallies, the men's and ladies retreats, the all-nighter, or the refuge youth revival, you can go to our website and see them on those pages and register for them, and go ahead and get yourself signed up so we can see you when it's time to come for those events. And so we're very thankful for you all joining us today. Sabrina, who do we have for our servant spotlight today?
Yes, I was really excited about this one. Some of you may know her. She was a missionary in Papua New Guinea, and her name is Darlene Diabler Rose. I actually brought the book. Some of you might know. I know my sister, if she's watching, I know she knows the book. Um, but I really just wanted to highlight her. And personally, she's really been encouragement in my life as I've been going through the book. But during World War II, with the Japanese and the Chinese and the war there, her and her husband were imprisoned in these Japanese camps. And while she was there, really what I want to highlight is just her faith in Christ during really hard times. I know our theme is redeeming the times, and even though she was there and a lot of the hardships that I went through, just being separated from her family, from her husband, how the Lord just used her to witness to all of the other prisoners that were there, and even their leader that was there. And I really want to highlight this specifically. There was a time when her husband was away at the other camp, and she had finally gotten word about him, and found out that he had died, he had passed away. But the leader of this woman camp here that Darlene was in had told her that he was really the cause of her death. And with that, you know, most people would be like, you know, how could you do that? You know, have anger and bitterness towards that person. But I really just want to highlight just her mercy and grace towards him, and even with knowing that he killed her, basically killed her husband, she gave him forgiveness and was able to witness to him through that. And instead of having hatred and bitterness towards him, really just showed the love of Christ. And through her time and her testimony there at the camps, the leader actually ended up, after the war, because of her and her testimony there, actually, when she finally were able to go home and the war was over, sent a telegraph, and he had told her that he had gotten saved, and he was actually witnessing to the Japanese there. And so just really want to highlight just her life. There's so much that I could talk about, but I don't want to take too much time. But just her life, and how in our lives, as we're redeeming the time, you know, we don't have time to be bitter and angry at our enemies, and you know, we should show forgiveness even in really hard situations, and just having faith in Christ even in difficult times. And so, yes, Darlene Deibler Rose, and just the faith that she had, and how we can look at her example and others examples as well, that we found in the Bible, and then other missionaries as well. So she's been an encouragement in my life, when it comes to really hard, difficult things. So
Wow.
yeah.
And what a testimony, too.
Yeah.
You know, she was what in a Japanese internment camp
Mhm.
during World War II, um, in a prison camp, and her husband died being separated in another camp.
Mm.
And then she not only forgave the man that killed her husband, but was later telegraphed by that same man that through her testimony and through her witnessing, that it influenced him to basically seek out the truth, and he got saved in the midst of all that, came to the Lord for salvation, for forgiveness, and was now being a witness of the same thing that she was witnessing to all them about during her time at the camps.
Yeah.
That is a powerful testimony. I mean, in the Christ-like spirit to be willing to forgive in a situation like
Yeah.
that. But it reminds me, and that's kind of what I'm talking about a little bit for today's devotion. It's not going to be a long devotion, but I do just want to highlight this. In Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 21, the Bible says, "If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee." It reminds me, the Bible isn't saying the Bible is not saying that the goal is to confound or confuse your enemy by being kind to him. It's not saying that like your end goal should be like, oh man, I can't wait to like go and, you know, absolutely just blow this person's mind by being a little bit kind to them. I'm reminded of a story when I was at a summer camp years ago. There was these two boys that were trying to kind of like break into our cabin just to be funny,
Mm.
and we were able to kind of start pushing them out. But there was one boy who like was just known as like the straight faced guy. He was like 17 and had like like facial hair and everything like that. Looked a little older than we did, and like with the straightest face, he like walked up to them and got in their face and said, "You need to get out now."
Mm.
And we thought that there was about to be a fight, but they left. He turned around and then with like a smirk on his face, he said, "I got him, guys." And we all thought that he was like being dead serious and was upset. No, he was just trying to be funny back to them,
Hmm.
but it was just weird. And so the next day, as like a slight prank, what we did, we actually went and like got a bunch of marshmallows. We could put together a little bit of cash, got him some like cans of soda, and we had that same guy in our cabin go up to those other boys that tried to break into our cabin and act like complete buddy buddy with them. And so what happened was he goes up there and says, "Oh, like it's such a great day today. The Lord is so good. Here, do you want a soda? Here, just have all that I have. Just take it all." And they were like, "Oh, what's going on?" They took the soda, and he said, "I have these bags of marshmallows too. I bet you guys might want to make some s'mores later. Here's some marshmallows for some s'mores." And gave him all the marshmallows. Now
Oh,
we had planned all this out.
yeah.
Because we knew what this is going to do to them, and we were watching from afar and laughing our heads off. But then he says, "Oh, you guys, this may not be enough. So here's some cash just in case you need to go buy anything else while you guys are out. Have a nice day, guys. See you later." And then he walked away. And those two boys that tried to break into our cabin were holding all these gifts that they were just given, and they were scratching their heads, not knowing what in the world just happened.
Hmm.
They were confused that the boy that almost seemed like he was going to start a fight with them the day before was showering them with gifts and then just walking away being the kindest man ever.
Hmm.
And so now it's kind of a funny example because yes, it was staged and we were all just trying to be a little funny and see what their reactions, but they were still confused that someone who they thought was their enemy was being kind to them.
Yeah.
Someone who they thought was unhappy with them was actually showing them kindness and mercy. And so, again, I know that's a funny illustration, but the point still stands. When you are kind to your enemies, you influence them in a way that most people probably couldn't.
Yeah.
When somebody does you wrong, says something to you that they shouldn't, does something they shouldn't, tries to slight you out. And it happens to all of us. And sometimes we may be the ones that are doing it and are the ones that need a forgiveness.
Yeah.
But regardless, when those things happen, it's imperative that we show forth Christ likeness and mercy and love and kindness. This woman did this thing in this book. What's that book called?
Evidence not seen.
Evidence Not Seen. That sounds like a good book to read.
It is.
Because it's a book that seems to me it's all about forgiveness and mercy and about following after Christ likeness in places when being like Christ is not the popular thing to do,
Yeah.
nor is it the wanted thing to do. I'll tell you this, my flesh would want to be retaliating, would want justice. However, just as I remember that, I'd have to remember that Jesus Christ, as much as he is just and righteous, he decided to show me mercy by dying on the cross. And in his righteousness and justness took my place in my punishment. When I wasn't deserving of mercy, when I was an enemy of God, God showed me kindness and mercy and love and forgiveness. And so it's our job, as my wife was saying earlier, to redeem the time by being kind, not just to those that we meet, but be kind to those who have done us wrong. Be willing to show forth a little kindness, whether it's a family member who has said something that they shouldn't have, or has done something to hurt you, whether it's a friend or a coworker that may have said or done something that has hurt your feelings, or whether or something that has genuinely deeply cut your heart. My friend, it's imperative that we still show them kindness. And yes, it will heap coals of fire upon their head. It's going to confuse them. It's going to absolutely it's going to blow their mind that someone that they were so rude to not too long ago, or at many years in the past, however long it may be, is going to decide to show forth Christ likeness to them. So let's redeem the time. Let's show forth Christ to others, and let's serve Him together. Thank you so much for joining us today for this 30-minute encouragement. It's been a blessing to us, and we hope it's been a blessing to you. And so we just want to say, God loves you, so let's go share that love with somebody else. Thank you so much for joining us today, folks. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you all soon. Bye bye.